The Mercedes EQS was once a $100,000 luxury EV. Now you can find one used for around $30,000. That kind of depreciation is absolutely insane. So that got me thinking, should I buy one?
Wait a minute!
But not so fast, John, as there is a catch. Rumors about the EQS's build quality haven't exactly been kind, and repair costs for this car is absolutely eye-watering. So for this video, I'll start by just talking about some of the great areas of quality that are found around the EQS compared to other EVs out there. And we'll be talking about what could go wrong while owning an EQS from both a quality and repair cost perspective. So if you're in the market for a used EQS, my goal is that this video will help inform your purchase decision before you pull the trigger like I'm about to. But first, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is John with Blackbird Productions, and I make videos like this every week just talking about just automotive related news and also just cars that's just on my mind. So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely consider subscribing, and also don't forget to leave a like on this video. I definitely would appreciate it. I also want to give a huge thank you for all of those who watched my last EQS video. You guys surprisingly enjoyed that video, and it turns out I'm not the only one that's curious about owning one of these cars. So for all of those folks who came from that last video, think of this video as a bit of a sequel to that video, just diving even deeper into whether or not the EQS is worth its brand new around $30,000 price tag. And speaking of which, I also wanted to thank all of those who have stuck around and decided to subscribe and also like on that last video as well. It definitely means the world to me. And I mean, when I saw like how many people subscribed, it was absolutely insane. It definitely made my day. And I think that's probably the most subscribed people that I've ever had on a single video. So thank you so much. And I really hope you decide to stick around and watch the rest of my content. Definitely appreciate it. So with that, let's get into today's video. So first, let's talk about the bodywork of the EQS, which I got a lot of things to say just because I've had a lot of varying experience in other EVs in terms of the quality of the bodywork. So let's talk about it. The Mercedes EQS is surprisingly built really well. Mercedes didn't cut corners here. The body of the EQS is constructed using a high-strength recycled steel, reinforced of course with aluminum. And that's actually a big deal. The combination gives the EQS serious structural integrity and crash protection, but also means it's better equipped to stand the test of time. Meanwhile, a lot of EV competitors like Tesla, they actually use mild steel, which is prone to rust, and it also is more prone to rock damage as well. Believe me, I can tell you. I've gotten many rock chips on my Tesla, as well as dents from rocks, from just like driving around on the highway, because I do put a lot of highway miles on my Tesla. And I have to say, these Texas roads, they will beat up your car if you're not too careful. So having a very, very rigid chassis, as well as just an overall very, very quality steel composite is very, very desirable in a car like this, especially if you're paying over $100,000 in today's money when it comes to buying a luxury EV like this, which honestly, the people who paid that much, I really do feel for them, because the appreciation on these things, definitely not where you want to be.
Oh, I made myself sad.
So bottom line, Mercedes made a conscious decision here, prioritizing sustainability and durability while still delivering a luxury grade build. It feels premium, and more importantly, it's built to last, which I can't really say for most EVs being built today. Because a lot of these EVs, you have to realize they're made for a mass market, especially if you're buying something from China, which the United States, we don't get Chinese vehicles, but I know for a fact, all of those vehicles are made for a mass market, and they're made with the intent of supplying the most amount of vehicles to a population at the sacrifice of quality as well as materials, because you could have a pretty quality EV, but the materials may not fit the bill, at least from a long-term perspective. So definitely worth noting. The other thing you might hear about the EQS online is its strong range. And I want to say this car makes like 300 or 400 miles of range on a single charge, which is completely insane. Very, very cool for a sub $30,000 used luxury bargain that this car is. But no one really talks about the long-term high voltage battery reliability. And in the EQS, that's actually one of its strongest points. So a little bit about the battery pack in this car. The EQS packs a 107.8 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery, complete with active liquid cooling and integrated heat pump technology. So what does all that mean? That essentially means the battery remains reliable in sweltering heat conditions or freezing temperatures. So the battery system is always working to maintain optimal performance. And real world reports suggest that this car is actually very, very reliable when it comes to battery degradation. And I want to say it's around 2 to 3 years that owners start to see battery degradation in this car, which is pretty good. Add to that, this car comes with a 10-year, 155,000 mile warranty for the high voltage battery. And it's clear Mercedes stands behind this battery long term. Otherwise, they wouldn't offer a 10-year warranty for a battery pack. Now, are there isolated issues with the high voltage battery in this car? Sure. But to be honest, they're far few in between. And a lot of the times, at least in my research, a lot of it just seems like very, very outlier cases and very, very specific cases. But if you really want to know, it basically attributes to just software glitches and also something to do with the battery management system and it having its own faults. So nothing really too major to worry about, especially if you're still under that warranty period. Now, if you're not in the warranty period, that's when it starts to get expensive to maintain those, or rather repair those components. In which case, even then, I would opt in for a third-party warranty to cover anything outside of the manufacturer warranty that Mercedes offers. So speaking of repairs, let's talk about the repairs in this EQS and what could potentially go wrong. And also, as a prospective buyer, what worries me about owning a car like this. So you could say this is the point in the video where things get a little less glamorous. Like many luxury EVs, the EQS has a dark side, and that comes in the form of repair costs. And I'm not talking about normal wear and tear. I'm talking about simple mishaps that could spiral into 4 or 6 figure bills. So let's start with that front end. Have to be honest, it's a sleek, oversized grille that might look cool, but it's a massive target for rocks and road debris. Owners have reported replacement costs north of $8,500.
What the hell?
And that's before you get your rental car, which, I mean, if you're owning a car like this, I would hope you have some sort of coverage for that and your insurance. Because I know a lot of insurance companies, they offer coverage for these types of things. Like if your car is in the shop, you can just use your insurance to purchase a rental and they'll give you like a discount and all you have to do is pay the deductible and what have you. Or better yet, if the car is in the shop for an extended period of time, Mercedes themselves might even offer you a complimentary rental, which I would hope if you're paying this kind of money, they would. But you could say that front grille, it's basically an expensive piece of jewelry strapped to the front of the car with a lot of fancy sensors and technology baked into it. So if a rock were to hit this thing, you're cooked. Out of $8,500, upwards up to $8,500. I've seen higher cost for the front grille. So it definitely isn't a cheap component to replace. At least not yet. Maybe once this car turns 10 or 20 years old, someone will probably come up with an aftermarket solution. But as it is now, it's a $100,000 car, so you're paying $100,000 repair costs. But the real potential nightmare is around the hyperscreen, specifically the MBUX hyperscreen. That's what they call it. It's essentially that one continuous screen that goes all the way across the front dash of the car. And honestly, it's one of the standout features of the EQS if you get this option, then, because it is an option. It's a massive dashboard spanning display that blends luxury tech with futuristic vibes. But if that screen cracks, whether from a fender bender, water damage, or even a failed aftermarket software mod, brace yourself. Because that's a single continuous piece in the interior. And you can't just replace part of it, you have to replace the entire thing. But if you're looking to replace that screen out of warranty, which I would imagine if there is a crack on the screen, it definitely won't be under the manufacturer warranty that Mercedes offers. It's gonna be north of $12,000.
You serious?
And that's not an exaggeration. And yes, Mercedes charges that much for the screen, mainly because it includes multiple integrated components and needs to be calibrated after installation. It's gorgeous, yes. It's high tech, yes, but also very, very fragile. And the moment something goes wrong, it's going to cost you dearly. But with all that, the high tech interior, the very, very reliable battery pack, as well as the attention to detail when it comes to crafting a quality body for this car, the EQS is absolutely a premium EV, but it's also one that you have to treat like a premium EV. Hell, even treat it like a supercar, because 100 grand is like supercar money. So when you're flirting with that kind of money, even if it's depreciated down into just basically nothing, like $30,000, you have to have a good savings account built up to handle some of these high dollar repair bills, especially if you're out of warranty. And to be honest with you, I would not buy this car without a warranty, even used, because I know sometimes, like, yes, these cars are getting a little bit older, which I say a little bit older, like the car is maybe about 5 years old, give or take now. But if you're gonna be watching this video maybe another 5 years from now and it's out of warranty, I would definitely consider getting a third-party warranty to cover this car. And make sure it's a bumper-to-bumper warranty, because as you can see, repairs are not cheap on this car. And for the average person, I don't know about you, but I don't have 20 grand laying around to pour into this car. And my thought is, if the repair costs exceed the value of the car, then technically you'll be underwater just in repairs alone. And that's not even counting if you have a loan out on this car with interest. So I don't know about this car, honestly. For me, at least. For you, you obviously have to decide like what your preferences are when it comes to buying a car like this. But for me, I don't think it's a good idea to buy a car like this. Just because I mean, like I said, I drive in Texas. These roads are terrible. The drivers here are terrible, and anything can go wrong. Now, if I was living closer to the city where I didn't really have to put a whole lot of highway miles on my car, then maybe I'll consider something like this. But honestly, as it is right now, I like my Tesla and I think I'm gonna keep it. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and thank you again for subscribing and liking the video. This has been John with Blackbird Productions, and I really hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Yeah, hey, I'm trying to see it. It's not a secret. Live with reason. I decree.